Ready.
Well,
Pretty loud bunch in the Apex tonight, for my money.
Yeah, it just gets better and better. And I mean, honestly, I love the Apex.
This Fight Clock is brought to you by the U.S. Army. You love how close that restroom is, don't you?
I'd love to stay at the Apex for fight night forever. I don't make those decisions, obviously, but I would love to.
Well,
an hour flight from San Jose.
But there is a crowd, there is an atmosphere, but we've also got a smaller cage in the Apex as well. That's big for Khalil because he's finding...
Khalil is going off right now.
He's closing the pressure, closing the gap, and applying pressure. Look at this! Oh, wow! He's hurt!
Modestas look terrified. Khalil has put so much pressure on him to start this fight.
I mean, look at this. Khalil is...
Look at his back. Look at how big Khalil looks back up at 205.
So that's a nice job by Modestas, but it doesn't matter when you get getting power bombs thrown back. You can't just throw one jab.
Bro, Modestas has to get some respect. He has to find a way to get some respect from Khalil Roundtree.
Well, he's got to throw something. He's going to throw a 1-2. The jab won't do it. The jab is not going to stop Khalil coming forward.
Look at his nose, Bisbee.
2, right hand. Put him in his track.
Stop
nose. Back him up.
John, it's turned sideways.
Yeah, it's a little mangled.
Let's have a look.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, DC, I got a little excited there. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, man, my goodness.
These boys look big inside that little 25-footer. To Michael's point, we haven't talked a lot about that tonight, but 30-footer at the T-Mobile Arena in a few weeks, 25-footer here at the Apex.
It's like we've been here so much now, John. It's kind of become the norm, right? The 25-footer feels normal now.
Yeah, you see Modestas, he's just kind of throwing that jab out there. But as I say, Khalil's throwing nothing but absolute knockout power bombs. Khalil's got to follow up that jab.
Yeah.
It's good to, to measure, to gauge, to keep your opponent away. But when your opponent is fighting the way that Roundtree is right now, you got to swing back. You got to fire back. And to your point, DC, you got to get that respect back.
Yeah, I mean, but every time that nose gets touched, it is the most painful thing ever. Now, Modestas said that he feels like Khalil's going to be very tough early, but knows that he will fade as the fight goes on. So he has to withstand the storm here.
He's got to get there first. I mean, Modestas does look composed, though. He's taken damage, clearly. You can see that on the face. And this is a great start for Khalil. But as I say, Modestas, he's still there. He still looks composed. He's not wobbly. He's eating some big shots. But he seems to be settled down a little bit here.
And Khalil has said in the past that it took him a while to see what Dana White and others saw in him. I mean, there's no denying when he's on and focused with all the technical and mental improvements, he can be a real threat.
Yeah, he can. But he slowed down a little bit, John, which is good for Modestas to try to regain his composure, start to throw those big high kicks like he just did. He's got to find a way to make Roundtree respect him a little bit.
Ooh, that was a heavy low kick. And yeah, listen, for Khalil, he's struggled to find success lately, so he's coming into this one extremely motivated. Of course, he's still got high hopes and dreams and aspirations in the UFC, but to do that, to achieve those goals, you've got to win fights.
Yeah.
So that's why he's fighting the way. That's why he started this way in round 1, because, because of that pressure.
He's got to be able to keep this up 15 minutes, though. If we saw anything from Bukauskas in his last fight against Oleg Shajek, because he's tough. And he ain't going to go nowhere. He'll try to stay out there the whole time and keep trying to win.
Yeah, Modestas needs to have a higher output here. At these times here where there's a little lull in the action, this is where he needs to try and capitalize. Because when Khalil does go, for the most part, Bukauskas is just kind of defending.
Watch those fingers.
He's got to capitalize, as I say, on these moments.
Bukauskas has started to move his head a little bit better later in the round. But you're right, Michael. When Bukauskas has thrown, he has landed at a decent clip, just not enough volume.
Yeah, exactly. And it does seem that that sense of urgency, that reckless abandonment that Roundtree had at the start of the round seems to have fizzled out. He's calmed down. The adrenaline is just worn off a little bit, and now he's fighting at a regular pace. He's not swinging like crazy. So this is giving Modestas a chance to get back into the fight.
Modestas could benefit from some body kicks, some front kicks up the middle. Start to really dig at the cardio of Khalil Roundtree.
Look at that bruise on the back.
Spinning attack from Bukauskas. By the U.S. Army.
Let's fight.
So Modestas Bukauskas' father giving it to him pretty good there after round one, but they want him to level change or at least feint the level change. Mike, what do you think about that advice?
I think it's fantastic advice. You got to give your opponent more things to worry about. Right now, Khalil, all he's got to worry about is a jab and the occasional right hand. At the end of the first round, there was a couple of kicks as well. I'd like to see more of that. But certainly, if he's got the ability to take this man down, shoot a takedown, even if it's not successful, it gives Roundtree more things to think about. More importantly, more things to worry about and overload his mind. And when he starts thinking about defending a takedown, bang, the right hand connects. So yeah, listen, it's mixed martial arts. Use all your weapons.
Bukauskas' lead leg is bleeding from those kicks from Roundtree Jr.
Yeah, he's going to be limping tomorrow.
Pretty good counterattack there by Roundtree Jr. Very measured in his approach.
He looks so calm. Roundtree looks calm. He's really slowed down from the way the fight started. But you can see that if Bukauskas can hit him, Roundtree immediately wants to answer. He immediately wants to get it back. So you got to just start touching him with something if you're Modestas.
Yeah, Modestas has to go first, essentially. We're not seeing that. He's looking for counters. He's letting Khalil control the octagon. And he's got to go first, as I said. You know, he's got to start leading the dance. Roundtree's doing fantastic on the flip side, though.
And when Bukauskas lands, Daniel, to your point, Roundtree Jr. with a beautiful follow-up shot.
So if I'm Bukauskas, I'm trying to land a jab, knowing that rush is coming next, and then just sitting down on something. Because if you set the trap, right, Khalil wants to play into it right now because he's so aggressive, and he knows that he can hit Modestas. So if you hit him with one, boom, touch him, evade, set your feet, and get ready to sit on something.
That was a nice right hand by Modestas a second ago. Just needs more of it. You know, I mean, he has the ability to connect. He has the speed, the technique. And he packs a lot of power in his punches as well. He just needs more.
Oh! Stop! That's it!
Wow.
I have never seen nothing like that.
Roundtree Jr. Eric Anders knows what it feels like.
Oh, my goodness.
TKO due to the leg kicks.
Yeah, I know. That's one of those techniques.
Like the side kick.
Side kick to the knee.
To the knee, the oblique kick that Jones used to use
Jones
a lot.
would use it. Remember how Mad Rampage was when he would do it?
Yeah.
You got to lift your leg when they throw that. Did his leg break?
I don't know. Something definitely tweaks, though, because I've seen people in the gym scream like that.
That's usually banned in practice. You can't even do it in practice.
Well, let's take a look. He goes to kick. I thought, oh.
Did it break, Mike?
Well, it bent the wrong way.
It didn't break?
The knee doesn't, it bent the way a knee's not supposed to bend. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, just so you know, DC's not looking at the screen because he can't bear to do it.
Yeah, not the worst visual you've ever seen.
It's not bad.
The knee
not that bad.
looks to be compromised.
But
we're going to show it to you in real time.
Oh!
Stop! And
wow.
Dean all over it.
Oh, my goodness.
And we saw Roundtree Jr. attempt it moments before he landed it. Dr. D in there as well as they attend to Modestas Bukauskas, but a huge result for Khalil Roundtree Jr. We'll talk to him next. UFC fans, here is your chance to enter the UFC Dream Week at International Fight Week Sweepstakes. Experience this week-long event like never before. It begins Tuesday with Dana White's Contender Series and wraps with UFC 266 at T-Mobile on Saturday. Go to UFC.com/DreamWeek for more details, official rules, and to enter for a chance to win. Restrictions apply. You heard a pop from the crowd as Modestas Bukauskas was helped out of the octagon. They braced his leg, and they continue to work on Bukauskas. All right, it is now time for the official decision brought to you by DAV, Disabled American Veterans, keeping our promise to America's veterans. And with that decision, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 30 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Khalil Roundtree Jr.